Sometimes black people are wrong. And then I know I'm gonna be an Uncle Tom, I'm gonna be a sellout.
Yeah.
I said, listen, man, those words don't bother me.
See, this is the kind of stuff I've been talking about. You know, when I listen to Shannon Sharpe and when I listen to Charles Barkley, these are the things that I have experienced. And then when I say it, people get mad at me and say, you just complaining, you just selling out for the white man. But then Shannon Sharpe experienced the same thing, and so does Charles Barkley. And they have nothing to do with conservative politics. It is a trend that happens to black people all the time if you're not toeing the line. This video is brought to you by Save the Storks. I want to tell you some stats, and it's probably going to be troubling to hear, but it's true. Literally, 3,000 women statistically will have an abortion in our country today. That's almost 3,000 young babies that are losing their lives today because women are believing the lie of the abortion industry. Over 1 million babies were aborted just last year. And unfortunately, 70% of the abortions in America are through what we call chemical abortion drugs. And women are aborting their kids and losing their child, you know, in the bathrooms or in dorm rooms. But Save the Storks has over 100 medical mobile clinics in 34 states, and they're staffed by licensed professionals who provide free ultrasounds to women who have unplanned pregnancies. And it's completely free, and they bring it to women wherever that they need it. 83% of women that get onto the Stork bus and they see the ultrasound and they hear the baby's heartbeat, they choose life. I need for you guys to join me to raise money for the Officer Tatum mobile clinic, which will be right here in Phoenix, Arizona. Two things: become a monthly donor of any amount. Now, if you want to be a Tatum Bus Angel, I want you to become a monthly donor at $50 a month, or you can give a one-time donation of $250. You'll get you one of these shirts. There's the front, and then on the back says Tatum Bus Angel, and there's a QR code. So when you get it, you can walk around and be proud that you were a part of building the medical mobile clinic here, the Officer Tatum Medical Mobile Clinic. And also people can scan the QR code to donate as well. So you can also be somewhat of an ambassador to make this happen. Y'all, we have to make it happen. I know we're going to make it happen. I just want you to be a part of it with me. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get notification anytime I go live and make a video. Y'all already know what to do. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, look, I'm not hating. I am proud of Shannon Sharpe. I may not agree with everything Shannon Sharpe does, but I think Shannon Sharpe is doing things that I aspire to do, right? I would love to have a podcast like Shannon Sharpe that you interview very interesting people. He's doing his thing. And yeah, I don't agree with everything he does, and sometimes he do stuff that's kind of zesty. That don't mean that I'm gonna hate on the brother. I'm proud of his success. I'm proud of the success of Charles Barkley. But Charles Barkley and Shannon Sharpe sat down and had a very interesting conversation, which is very consistent with a lot of the conversations that Shannon Sharpe has on his podcast. But this one hit home in a unique way, because I feel like people think that only black conservatives deal with being called a sellout. You don't have to be a black conservative. There's a crab in a bucket, eating your own mentality in the black community that needs to be called out. Shannon Sharpe does stuff and become incredibly successful. And what happens? People hating on him, talking about the way he dressed, and all this other crazy stuff that has nothing to do with nothing, because the man is killing it right now. Same with Charles Barkley. They mad at Charles Barkley if he called out black folks. It's crazy to me. But I want you to listen to this video because I think they do an incredible job explaining it. Let's roll the film.
Sometimes black people are wrong. And then I know I'm going to be an Uncle Tom, I'm going to be a sellout.
Yeah.
I said, listen, man, those words don't bother me. We don't have to agree with all black people.
We don't.
But they think we do.
Yes.
They think we do. I said, yo, man, sometimes black people are wrong.
And it's okay.
It's okay.
And it's okay to say they're wrong.
But if you're a black person in our position, look at that Uncle Tom. Yeah. Look at that sellout. I'm like, yo, man, we can be wrong. And that goes back to what we talked about earlier. I always want to uplift black people.
Correct.
Always. Mm-hmm. I'm proud of your success. And I know people gonna hate on you. I know people gonna hate on me, and they're gonna be black. I said, but man, I love to see black people doing good.
I love to see us win.
I love it. But I was like, I'm old enough and I'm around enough to know there's gonna be some hate coming toward me, especially if they disagree with something I say.
Right. But I want you to win. But I don't want you to win more than me. Now I see if you win more than me, now I got to question your sexuality. Yeah. I got to question, how black are you? Because
100%. This is the same thing that happened with Candace Owens. Like, even in the black conservative movement, when Candace was red pill black and she didn't have a makeup artist, and she weren't wearing designer clothes and looking absolutely stunning every day you see her, they didn't trip. They invite Candace in. We love Candace. Oh, I like Red Pill Black and all this stuff. Soon as Candace started bossing up and she started being elevated on a higher level, just go look at the videos. Go back in time, look at the videos. Now all of a sudden Candace is a fraud. Now all of a sudden Candace is embellishing her conservative transition. Now all of a sudden Candace is selling out to the devil and Candace is doing this. It just continues to happen. And it's not just black liberals. It's like almost embedded in the DNA in black culture is that if you start doing better than me, now all of a sudden you working for the man. Now all of a sudden the white man is taking over. Now all of a sudden you doing something to get to this success that got to be nefarious. Not because you work hard. Roll the clip.
Oh. Bro, I'm like, come on, man. I mean, I criticize white quarterbacks. But if I criticize a black quarterback, man, see, I should have known old Buck Nancy Shannon. I know he gonna take care of the white. Come on, bro.
But I'm not gonna tell black people they right all the time.
No.
If you want that, I'm not your guy.
If you wrong,
you're wrong.
I gotta tell you wrong.
I said, yo, man, no. We can be wrong. But also on the other hand, when I see some happen to a black player in the community, I'm gonna step in.
Right.
And that goes back to the role model commercial I made.
Right. Yes.
Before you get to that, I just want to touch base again on the things that I'm saying. I talk very well or speak very well about black people that are doing great things all the time. Like I said, Candace Owens is exemplary of a young, successful black woman who taking care of kids and is doing great things in the country. I think Thomas Sowell, Colonel Allen West, Larry Elder, Thomas Sowell. I think I said Thomas Sowell already. You can go down a list of a lot of black successful people that do things right. And then there are some that come out in the public eye and do great things that are celebrities. And I give them credit where credit is due. Look, man, if you're killing a game and you're doing things that are great, I'm going to give you credit where credit is due. I can't just use my whole platform to only say positive things about black people when we cutting up. If Shannon Sharp was cutting up, I'll call him on the carpet. I made plenty of videos about Charles Barkley. And then when Charles Barkley say something crazy, I'm going to call him out on it. Okay.
Yeah.
So when I made the commercial, I went to Nike and said, I want to make this commercial. We have too many segregated schools in this country. I said, when I go to these white schools, I said, what do y'all want to do when you grow up? They want to be doctors, lawyers, engineers, teachers. When I go to these black schools, they're like, I want to play in the NFL. I want to play in the NBA. And I was doing this because you do a lot of speaking when you're playing. So I was doing this for like 4 or 5 years. And I was like, yo, man, these black kids think they can only be successful through athletics and entertainment.
Yep.
They don't ever think about being doctors, lawyers, and engineers and like that.
Right.
So I talked Nike into doing the commercial, and it became a big deal.
You did.
Still probably the thing I'm most proud of to this day. I said, because I knew it was going to start a fire.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, guys, I'm not trying to skirt responsibility, but I want young black kids to know, yo, man, you don't have to play in the NFL or NBA. We got black doctors.
Right.
We got black lawyers. We got black engineers. Mm-hmm. But y'all got these kids thinking all they see is Shannon, Michael, Carl, Chuck, David Robinson. The only black people they see are jocks and entertainment, Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. I said, man, they got a better chance of being a doctor than a lawyer playing in it.
Jay-Z or LeBron.
Yes. And I said, I just want to spark the debate.
I say it. I say the same thing he say. And I'm telling you, that's why sometimes I get upset with people and they call me a sellout, Uncle Tom. It's like, I'm just trying to reveal truth, man. I've spoken at black schools, rarely, but I have. And I have to say, the kids were really good, but I feel like that they were a little less respectful of me than when I go speak at the white schools. When I go speak at white high schools, it seems as if they're more attentive and they kind of respected me a little bit. When I went to a black school, man, kids were talking and laughing and having side conversations, and they were great kids. I know that they're children, but same thing happened to Eric Thomas. Eric Thomas is a big motivational speaker. He's probably one of the biggest motivational speakers in the last decade or so, 2 decades. He had to go off on these kids at an inner city school. He charges $100,000 to speak. He did that event for free for them kids, and he had to stop the event and say, y'all need to show me some respect. I go out and do this, and I do this, and y'all getting free game. My own people treat me like this. He had to really go off on that. So it's not just a Brandon Tatum thing, not a Chuck thing, not a Shannon thing. It's just a thing that we need to address. And so I'm glad to see Shannon Sharpe bringing up these people. There was an interview that just came out that Shannon Sharpe did. I couldn't take my eyes off of it. It was the white comedian. I forget his name now. Incredibly funny. Everybody know him from his comedic skit about going to a black church. And so it was this white comedian. And he was talking about how the divorce and he don't have contact with his kids. And it hit me, bro. And it's not that I don't have contact with my kids, but I could only imagine having children and being in a relationship where it didn't work out and, you know, co-parenting from 2 different states and not seeing my son as much as I want to. I felt for the man. Great interview. Great interview from Shannon Sharpe. You know, I don't know. If Shannon had me on his show, would it be an incredible interview? I don't know. If he would ask me some good questions, I think it would be. I think Shannon Sharpe is rivaling Joe Rogan. I honestly do. Because Joe Rogan is interested in interviewing people that he's interested in. Shannon is interviewing a lot of people that people are interested in hearing. And I'm not saying Joe ain't doing it. I'm just saying it seems like Shannon is, at least for me, all the people that he's interviewing is like, dang, I want to hear what this guy got to say. But anyway, comment in the comment section. Let me know if I'm tripping. Am I on or something? I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.